Hi guys, how are you doing today? So, if you noticed, towards the beginning of the year, everyone was talking about friendship. All the pastors were talking about friendship, the reasons why you must be careful of your friends, especially this year. All the content creators, pretty much everywhere you went, there was something about friends, friendship, maintaining a good friendship, being on a lookout for bad friends. And I remember seeing that and feeling this sense of safety. And I felt to myself, for the first time in a long time, I honestly cannot relate. And it felt so good because even it was also at that time that a lot of people were talking about, cutting off friends, matching energy, different things when it comes to friendship relationship. And I felt so relieved that I could not relate. And I was looking back and I asked myself, why is it that, I honestly, I'm very, very much happy and contented with my friendship and my friends and my friend circle, especially, the last couple of years and this year. And I didn't feel like, obviously I do reevaluate my relationships every year, but I really didn't feel like I needed to cut off anyone. I didn't feel like I needed to cut off any of my friends. If I got cut off in the process, then so be it. Maybe the season for that friendship has come to an end. But on my own, from my personal end, I felt very, very good that I couldn't relate that, in terms of friendship, I was really good. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 7 ways to have a better friendship. Okay, let's dive into it. Number 1, select a friend that has the same value as you. Honestly, this cannot be overemphasized. Most of the time, I feel like what causes friendship to end badly is not having a friend that has the same value as you. It's important to select a friend that has the same value as you so that you guys can ensure that there are not a lot of clashes to some degree. Obviously, as you grow and seasons change, the values might change, and it's important to reevaluate that friendship and reevaluate, your values. But when it comes to determining if someone is going to be your friend or not, it's important to select someone that has the same value as you. Number 2, it's also important to really know if you have the capacity to maintain a certain relationship for the time and the season that you're in, or if you have the capacity to even begin a new friendship with someone. You might like someone, you might like their value, but you might not have the capacity to harness a relationship with them or a friendship with them. And you might, you even having a relationship with them might impact you negatively or impact the other party negatively. So it's important that you understand your capacity to have a relationship and a friendship with someone. When you meet someone that you honestly like, that shares the same value with you, and you're thinking of building friendship with them, one of the questions you should ask yourself is, do I have the capacity to maintain this friendship? Do I have the capacity to build this friendship? Do I have the capacity to bring onto this friendship what this individual would need and require from me? Because typically, if you're going into a friendship with someone who is also sensible, they are also vetting you. They have things that they will need from you. And if you don't have the capacity to give that to them at that time, then you might not be a good friend for them for that season. So it's important for you to understand if you have the capacity to be a friend or maintain a friendship with an individual at the time or the season where you are. Number 3, really give your friends grace for each season. A lot of my friends, I have quite a few friends that we've been friends from high school. We met, right around the time when we graduated from high school, and at that time it was just, our conversations revolved around what did you want to be after college, which college are you going to, and we maintained our friendship even while in college. And during that time, our conversations revolved around classes, projects, theses, professors, passing classes, enjoying college life. And then when we graduated from college, it's now, how do you integrate yourself into the society? How do you, become a contributing member of the society, finding a job, finding your footings in the society. And then we migrated to, dating and being in a relationship that will lead to marriage. And some of my friends are parents now, they are mothers, and the seasons have changed. The amount of time that we will talk in a week has reduced, but our friendship, the quality of our friendship hasn't reduced. Like our values are still the same. We're still moving towards, like the same goal, if you would say, but there is much more grace. I'm not just going to be like, oh, because I didn't talk to friend A, for 2 hours, like we used to anymore, that means she doesn't care about me. No, I have to extend grace knowing that she is in a different season of her life. She's in a season where she's a mother and a wife, and that is more demanding. And quite honestly, that is a priority over our friendship. That doesn't mean that she will not be a good friend to me, but it just means that she has something else that takes priority. So when we talk, I value the time that we talk. When, because the most important thing is that when I need them, they are there for me. And when they need me, I am there for them. I have a friend that told me, she said, when I have an emergency, you are honestly not going to be the one person that I contact, because I know 9 out of 10, you're probably not going to pick up your phone the first time I call you. And we laughed over it. But also the same friend said, if I need something seriously, I know that I can rely on you to come through for me. And I thought that was my friend not only giving me grace, but also understanding our friendship. And it's important for you to give your friends grace for the different seasons that they are in. Just because, the dynamics of your friendship has changed a little bit doesn't necessarily mean that the quality of that friendship should change, or you should perhaps cancel them as your friend, or match your energy with them as your friend, or that doesn't mean that you should break up with them. It's important to give understanding and grace to your friend. Now, a disclaimer: when you are in a friendship that you don't feel like you still need to be in that friendship for that season, it's important to let it go. The friendship might rekindle later in the future, but there's a big difference between giving someone grace and honestly just dragging a friendship that is way past its expiration date. So number 4 is believe the best of your friends unless they've given you a reason not to. Believe the best, the friends that you've had, or the friendships that you've developed over the years, or the friendships that you're developing now. There are reasons why they are your friends. You guys might have shared good memories. They might have contributed significantly to your life and the outcome of your life. So, and also, you chose them as a friend. So because you have so much respect for yourself, you chose this individual as a friend. If they haven't given you a reason to be a good friend to you, believe the best of them. If you call your friend and she doesn't pick up, believe the best. When she sees my call, she's gonna call me back. If you hear someone say to you, oh, friend A said this to friend B, about you, until you verify from friend A, believe the best. Don't go giving attitude, like I believe that at this point in our life, we should honestly be past those pettiness, but it's still something that you need to call out. But believe the best of your friends until they have given you a reason not to. And one of the ways to honestly settle one of this, stupid dispute, and especially gossip and pettiness, which nobody should really be involved in right now. Those should not be a problem for you in your friendship. If you selected good friends that might have met these criteria that I've pointed out to you, those gossip and pettiness and criticism should not really exist in your circle. But if you find it happening and friend A said something to friend B, or person A said something to person B about you, don't just take one side. Put both of them on the phone together or call both of them together and say, oh, A, I heard that you said this. B, can you repeat what you said A said? So that way they know that next time they cannot try that with you. And also, it's also important that even when you're doing this, you pray. I always pray to God every time about my friendship. I pray that God reveal my friends to me. And I pray that if there's any friend that doesn't have a good intention towards me or towards uh, our friendship for this season, let God expose it so that I don't have to do a lot of big work and investigation. The Spirit of God is always going to be speaking, and He honestly wants to be involved in every area of our lives. And friendship is one of the things that contributes to the quality of our lives. So don't negate the help of the Holy Spirit in your friendship. Pray about your friends, as much as you're praying good things, also pray for discernment to be able to pick out the things that might not necessarily be good for your friend at that time or for you. And if you notice, and also just some of the things that you also should see in uh, relationships or marriage should kind of happen in your friendship. You should have peace about your friends and about a friend that you have. You should make sure that you have peace about them. If you are having an unsettling feeling about a friend, you should investigate that. And don't investigate that by going to ask them, I have this unsettling feeling about you. No, if you're someone who pray, Spirit of the Living God, reveal to me why I have this unsettling feeling about this person. And He will reveal to you either, like in the course of you and your friend's conversation or in whichever way that God typically speaks to you. So, number 5, set boundaries. As immigrants or Africans, whenever we hear boundary, we get very agitated about it. Boundaries are good things. Boundaries are how you tell people what you can take and what you cannot take. And I really don't even like the word what you can take because it kind of have a negative connotation to it. I would say boundaries are a way you can show people how to love you, better, or how to maintain a good relationship with you, in a much more mutually beneficial way. So set healthy boundaries and make sure you honor those boundaries that you set. What are some of the boundaries that you can set for you and your friend? One of the things that I do is if my husband is out of the house or I am out of the house, if I was on the phone with someone, the moment my husband comes in, I cannot, let my friends know, oh, my husband is here. Is it okay if I call you back? Can I take a minute to, greet my husband? And my husband does the same thing to me. And it was something that we both agreed to be able to do because we've been outside each other's presence for a given time. So when we see each other, that's one of the times that we get to, kind of be happy, ask the other person how their day was, kind of give them that attention, even if it is for 5 minutes. And another way to set healthy boundaries is really don't discuss your friends with your partner. Respect your friendship, not to discuss things with your partner. And if you are going to ask your friend if that's okay, is it okay if I share this with my husband? Is it okay if I share this with my friend? And another thing is one of the personal boundaries that I set for myself. A lot of my friends know if you put me on speakerphone, please let me know that I'm on speaker so that I don't say rubbish and someone else is listening and they hear, because sometimes what I'm saying is probably only meant for your ears alone as my friend. So I will want to know if I'm on speakerphone, and there are also other deeper boundaries that you can set. Obviously, you will know what works for you, but it's important for you to set those boundaries. Number 6, maintain individual friendship with each friend. I know that we are in an age where there is a lot of friend group and a lot of friends, a lot of people who are, friends, maybe like 2, 3, 4 people, all friends, and you might just be someone who have different friends and you don't have a friendship group. Friendship group doesn't work for everybody. Okay, just because you desire something, or no, let me rephrase. Just because you admire something doesn't mean that you should get it. Okay, just because you admire something doesn't mean you should get it. For me specifically, I wouldn't mind friend group, but I know that friend group doesn't work for me because I like to maintain individual relationship with my friends. And if I happen to be in a group where we're all friends, and that's fine, but the the attention, the relationship I might have with one might be different from the relationship I might have with another. And then it also goes back to see to where does that friend fall into in my life. So it's important that even if you are in a friendship group, that you maintain an individual friendship with each friend. And if you're not in a friendship group, that you don't try to force your friends to all be friends with each other, because sometimes that doesn't end well. And sometimes some people might not want to be all friends with your friends. Just because I'm friends with A, B, C doesn't mean that, the other M should be friends with A, B, C. If they are my friend, they are my friend. So make sure that you maintain individual friendship with each friend, and just remember that friendship group might not work for everyone. And if you're someone who friendship group works for, go for it. But if you notice that you're someone who it doesn't work for, don't try to force it on yourself or on your friends. And remember, just because you admire something doesn't mean you should get it. And lastly, number 7, honestly, don't forget to enjoy your friendship. Friends are one of the companions that God has blessed us with on earth, and no one is an island. You cannot walk this life alone. I'm telling you, friends are such a big blessing if you have a good friend. So enjoy your friendship. Enjoy the seasons that you guys are in. Enjoy creating positive memories together. Enjoy being in a transparent relationship. Enjoy adding value to your friends and receiving the values that they will add to you. So it's extremely important that you enjoy your friendship, whatever that enjoyment might mean to you. And just a bonus point, okay? One of the ways to honestly test the integrity of friendship is traveling, okay? If you know you have a friend that you might not want to lose, or a friendship that you might not want to lose, you probably should not travel with that person. Because when you both are in outside your comfort zones, that's when you begin to know the other person better. Remember, with friendship, it's not every time that you might have a sleepover or you might, be in the same space. So you might not know what they do before they sleep or before they wake up. And when you travel and you share the same hotel room, or you guys have the same itinerary, you might reveal that individual to you. And honestly, even when people are dating or courting, I usually advise them to travel together, because it's important for you both to meet each other outside of your comfort zone. But don't try this with someone who you're not ready to lose, because there is a possibility that when you travel with someone, that relationship might break up when you guys come back, or it might get solidified. But don't try it unless you're ready to lose the friendship or ready to get a stronger friendship. Anyway, I hope these points that I've shared will help you maintain long lasting and better, more enjoyable friendship. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Bye.